Guess whose axe this is? It's Buckin Billy Ray's axe. Co-worker of mine, actually my partner, who's just up the hill there. It's his axe. He got it from Buckin, and he let me try it out today. So I'll be trying Buckin Billy Ray's axe today. Yeah, seems like a nice axe just by handling it. You know, it's got some nice weight to it. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking. It's different than my regular axes. Well, my axes are homemade, so but there's a profile. Let me just like this. Oh, is this gonna work? Yeah. Got a big flat head on the back there, so that's good. Yeah, nice smooth handle too. I like my homemade handles. Yeah, try this out today, see what it's like. Okay, so here's my gear. Move my saw off the stump here. I'm running a 592 with a 36-inch steel bar and steel chain. Here's my homemade belt. It was all homemade except the pouch, but I've modified the pouch, put an extra belt above it to hold the big wedges. And then that's with this. Oh, come on now. There's Buckin's. There's mine. Let's put this here. You can see. This has got some nice weight to it. This is my homemade one. I welded it all up. But let's go with this. Oh yeah, mine's way bigger. Let's see here. There. There. His looks nicer than mine. But mine's got a it's got a bigger surface area, or volume area I should say, of wood going through the handle or through the head. If you look, I got more wood going into the head. But my axe is not like everyone else's axes. Like I say, it's customized. And this is red cedar. I was just experimenting for fun using red cedar. I thought maybe I'd get a week at most out of it. I've gotten like at least 2 shifts out of this, maybe 3 shifts now. I wasn't really keeping track. It was just for fun because I didn't have any yellow cedar at home, so I just made some out of red for fun. But this is nice. I like how slick this is. It looks good too. Man, it looks nice. Yeah. And it's got some good weight to it. That's what I like about it. I like how it's got so much material on this side. It kind of balances out the axe, you know. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Because my other axe, not this one, but I have another one that I made. I actually had to put more weight on this back side to get it more balanced and heavier. But yeah, I like this one. We'll try it out today. It's got some nice weight behind it. Yeah. Yeah, it's got some nice weight behind it. I like it. Whoop. Whoop, keep missing here. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Nice. It's noticeably heavier in my axe. Yeah, it makes wedging a bit easier, right? Yeah. Okay, oh, it's the first tree down with that axe. Okay, so I'm gonna go take a cut off of that one. And then what I might do, because this big cedar is leaning this way, that cedar's in the way because of there's a huge school marm on my side of that tree. I'm just gonna swipe and hit that cedar there. And then that little hemlock beside it is leaning heavy this way. So I'm gonna dump those two this way. I think I'll dump this one this way too. I'll dump everything towards me. And then I'll take that cedar and dump it out that way. Yeah. You can enjoy the shade while it lasts. I do have some shade over there though, at least until the sun comes up. So after I finish this spot, I'm just gonna work along there until I get too hot in the sun, and then I can jump over there, work that far end, and then work the back side here so I'll be in shade for the rest of the day. That's the plan. Yeah, I'm good so far. Perfect. Yeah, that was the easy one. Just looking stuff. Good old PowerWedge. I got a new one today. You can see it. PowerWedge. There we go. Come on. Anyway, woodboss.ca is where we get them. Oh yeah. And then we got Buckin's axe. I guess you go to his website. I don't know what his website is, but I'm sure if you just Google Buckin Billy Ray, you'd probably find it. Okay, I'll buck that one. Then I get these two little ones, and then I'll get this big one. So I'll turn the camera back on for that big one. Nice. Easy peasy, that one. We'll do it all the way across. This here sloped down a little bit, this part of the back cut, but that's because I bored it. Easy going. Okay. Uh-oh, okay, there's Buckin's axe. Forgot where it was. Didn't want to squish it. Break it with a tree. Okay, I just got a few, like 2 or 3 trees, and this area is done. And then I still have some shade over there, so I'll jump over there and work back that way until I get too hot. Then I'll jump over in that backside there and work in the shade for the rest of the day. Okay, real quick, let's see what we got here. Let's go to this edge. Oh, 5 foot 3-ish. No, that's not bad. Well, I missed something. I missed some holding wood somewhere. Probably the far side. Huh. Yeah. Well, check. Yeah, she's cut right up. Yeah. This other one here was a snag. No, first snag. I dumped it down right there. Okay. I got one more. I forgot this one was in. One more big one here. Yeah. Oh, looks like the whole area over there is going to be in the sun. Oh well. That's what I'm jumping to next. Okay, I gotta have a drink here. I'm thirsty. Okay, here's my next tree. Got a couple school marms up there, dead top. I want to put it right beside that tree right there. So I'm gonna put it right in there. Yeah. Should be an easy one. I got Buckin's axe here. Okay, I'll put you guys on this sapling here top. There we go. I'm gonna have to file up my chain here. She's cutting all right, but I know she should be cutting a lot better, so I'll do it on this stump. I want to get this tree down. I'm gonna cut the middle out. I think I'll do it just because. Probably don't need to, but I'll do it anyway. She's hollow anyways. No. Okay, here we go. Should be lifting easier. Need to cut more. Oh yeah. Easy peasy with the PowerWedge. Of course I'm going to say that. It's my wedge. No problem. Yeah, she split. Just as I figured. Dead top of that. Yeah, see, there's the hollow in the middle there. And there's the PowerWedge. Yeah, so you see how this end's blunt? It's because you don't need it sharp. It still fits in the curve for your cut. And if you do want it sharp, hey, this one. See, I did make it sharp. See the difference? I just use the chain. I'll show you. So what you do, with one hand, your left hand, you hold the trigger, and then your right hand, you just go like this. I put my wrist on the handlebars, and then I just go like this with this chain running, right? And just with the top of the top chain here, you just scribe up, and then you'll just end up shaving the tip, so you get a nice fine edge if you want it, right? It's good to have one wedge, the fine edge, in case, you know, tree sits back on you or you get pinched bucking, and you can get the wedge started. But most of the time you don't need it, right? Yeah, woodboss.ca. Okay, so yeah, this area is done. This is all like, hey, there's a falling corner, and that's the boundary of the leaf patch, so it's all done. And now I'm going to jump over there, but now that I've finished, it's been about 2.5 hours, 2 hours maybe. Now that I've finished the spot, that side is no longer in the shade anymore. Tiny little bits of tree shade, but it's mostly in the sun. So what I'll probably do is I'll probably start at that tree next and make a strip back that way, work all the way over, because that far corner's got shade, so I'll put maybe 2 tanks doing a thin strip all the way over in the shade. Then I'll finish the day off there in the shade, and as the sun comes around like this up here, because there's a pocket right there, right? So there's a knoll, there's like a little hill right there, both sides got to go. So on this back side over here, you can't see it past these trees in front of us, it's shady all day, so I'm going to spend the rest of the day, I'll work over there, and then I'll finish the day off in the shade over there. And then tomorrow is supposed to be cloudy, because I can see there's some cloud. I think that's the sea fog that's rising up, because both inlets on either side of the mountain range here were completely fogged right in, and I can hear on the radio that it's lifting now, because the chopper here, he had to land up at the landing on the pass. There's a big landing there where we drive up to, and just save on chopper time, and other guys fly from camp because they're in another direction. And then there's talk about maybe tomorrow bringing the ETV up, so if we're fogged out again, at least we have an ETV that the chopper can access. It's good now because the fog's lifted, but we're just thinking ahead. I can hear on the radio what the boss was talking to the pilot about. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys in the next tree. Okay, so it's quitting time. I'm leaving a bit late. Should have left a few minutes ago. The pad. I got about at least 5 minute walk back to the pad there. Got a nice trail, but still a ways over the other side of that patch of trees over there. But what I want to do before I left is do a review on the Buckin axe, or what my thoughts are on it after using it for a day. Okay, so I like the weight. It's nice. It looks cool. It looks pretty cool. Better than my homemade one. So the thing is, this has a blunt edge on it compared to mine. I'll turn the camera on. Okay. Like, the profile of my edge is sharper. Actually, maybe if I go like this. Yeah, that's better. You see how it's sharper? His is more blunt. Now, I don't like that because, see if I do an example here. Oh, of course, that'll work in a cedar. Let's go to this hemlock up here. Oh, it's a dead one. Well, let's do it. Okay. See? Oh. Doesn't go in very easy. How'd you mind? I'll even do it lighter. See? Now, get this one to stick in. There we go. I don't know, it's not a very good example, but because a lot of the time, I'm throwing my axe in a tree, just stick it in there, so I don't accidentally step on it, lose track of it, cut it when I'm brushing out. Stick it somewhere so I can easily see it again. That's a little thing. It's not that big a deal, you know. I think in Buckin's is a wood splitting profile. Mine's a wood chopping profile, I think. I'm not very familiar with axes, you know, like I'm not an axe expert. Like I say, it's just a minor thing, but I like it. It's heavy. It makes wedging a lot easier. Oh, so another thing is, the reason I make my own axes is because, like Buckin's, well, his handle's real thin. That's another thing. I like thicker handles because you have to squeeze so tightly, you know. And then I like to have a little nub at the end. This one's, it's sort of got a profile like that. But with mine, sometimes, this one I didn't do it, but sometimes I'll carve a nub or two nubs. But this time I just used hockey stick tape to make the nubs. That way you don't have to grip the handle so tightly. And it doesn't jar your joints, like your knuckles, your hand knuckles and stuff, finger knuckles. Like, you know, when you hit something really hard, like a wedge that's buried in tight, and you hit it with the axe, and it vibrates up the handle and into your hand. But you don't have to hold on to the handle so tightly when you got these nubs here. So that's what I like. Oh yeah, that's right. And so the main reason I was making my own axes is because I'd always break the axe handle right as it comes into the head, because this is the thinnest part of the whole handle. So it comes into the head, and always break it there. And I would buy like the hickory handles from the saw shop, and I'd buy standard axe heads just you buy from the store, from the local hardware store. I'd be breaking them all the time. So that's why I made my own. Because here's something. Oh, I got a bug in my face. Okay. I think that's a different helicopter. I don't think it's ours. So you can see mine's all mushed in, but I got way more wood going into the handle, so it's thicker. You can even see, getting the sunlight here, how it's way thicker, of more wood going into the handle. And the flat edge here is bigger too. Like, look how fat mine is. But mine's, like I say, it's customized. Designed it myself, customized it myself, so it's totally unique. But it's just how, just years and years of using axes to wedge for, falling for over 20 years now, 23 years now, and breaking many, many axe handles and mushing up wedges because I'm not hitting them flush. This is what I came up with after many years of cutting. And another thing that's one of a kind, well, obviously one of a kind, but very few other people do it. There's a few people out there that do it, but most people don't. And that is, I have a loop on my axe, so I can hang it off my belt, because I don't like those scabbards. There's aluminum scabbards, or the leather ones. I don't like that. It takes too much space on my belt too, and I don't like it sticking up. And then you can't wear your backpack with that sticking up in the scabbard. With mine, here is the hook system. Just dangles on there, and you can take it on and off like super quick, and you don't have to think about it. It's just so easy to do, on and off so quick. So yeah, but it is a nice axe though. It looks cool. I like the profile, or not the profile, I like the design of it. And I know hickory handles are like really, really good handles. That's why everyone uses them. Yeah, it's pretty cool looking, all right? I think I would probably do is, if I did get one, I would weld a loop onto it. I'd weld some 1/4 inch round stock metal, like the same as, like, I'll show you. Like this metal, this loop here is made out of 1/4 inch round stock metal. And then you can see I looped it all the way across the edge there to make the head fatter. And I did the same thing on the other side. And okay, good. I'm not next. No, sorry, I'm not at the pad yet. You'll have to pick me up next trip. Also, for last trip, we get to go fly right to camp instead of 2 staging and then drive. You got to drive 7 kilometers from staging to camp. But if your last trip, you get to fly all the way back to camp. So looks like I'll fly right back to camp. So I'll get off the hill last, but I'll beat those guys to camp. So yeah, I wanted to make this video before. But that means I got a couple minutes, because he's only gonna be a couple minutes before he finishes this trip and then picks us up. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I'd probably weld a loop onto this axe so I carry it on my belt. But like I say, very few people do that. Most of the guys out here that I've met, they don't have this system that I got. They have like the scabbard thing, or they don't. They just put it in their belt the old-fashioned way. Yeah, just a personal preference. Yeah, but yeah, it's nice. I like it. But anyways, I gotta get going. So I'll see you guys next video. Thanks for watching. Okay, I made it to the pad, and real quick, I'll show you my backup axe. This one here. This is my new favorite one, except this handle is warped. It's yew wood. It's really, really heavy. I should take it back to camp and bring out my other one, because it's overkill for this wood type here. You can see it's warped. It's not straight. It's got a bit of a banana bend to it. It's really heavy, because yew wood's quite heavy. And then I taped it with red hockey stick tape. But this is my new favorite axe, is because the head is also quite heavy. Look at all that steel on that side there, on the back side. But I welded a little bracket there. So when you miss your wedge and you hit your handle on the wedge, you don't destroy the handle, right? You know, when you swing for a wedge and you miss and you hit it with the handle. Yeah, so it's a little protection thing there. Yeah, so I've hardly used this thing since I made it, because it's overkill, long handle, and it's heavy. Like, just the weight of the handle will make for some really good wedging power. Yeah. And you can see, like, this part is original axe, just a cheapy axe that I got from, hardware store or whatever, or saw shop. And then there's my weld marks there, and this is just plate and plate. So yeah, yeah. This one's not as wide as my other axe, the head, but still not as long, but a little bit wider. And I'll turn it over. Actually, I'll turn it this way. Oh, hold on, I'm doing one-handed here, so you can see, I'm gonna do a better job than that. See if we can do a better job than that. Come on now. There we go. See, mine is really good for chopping when you gotta chop yourself out. But, Buckin's is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, yeah. Yeah. I'll just leave it here. I probably won't even use it this whole shift, just to back up, right, in case I break my other one or lose it or something. Yeah. Okay, that's me coming up next. There's my empty oil right there. What I'll do is I'll throw my bag out there right now. I'm gonna have to do it when he lands. Grab my empty oil. Turn my radio off. I don't need it now. Oh, sorry about that. finished snack. Here's the kitchen.